Hello, good
Good
morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are watching us from. We are live. It's midweek.
Yes,
It's Wednesday.
yes.
Yes. And guess what? For my audience who have been seeing me for the last 2 days, I have my business partner back with me and we continue.
Hey.
Yes. Welcome back, Coach McKenna. I'm so grateful to
Welcome.
be with you on this platform this morning. Um, We're grateful for this day. It's a new day and we will rejoice and be glad in it. So, today we want to talk about leaving the drain in 2025. And before we talk about our topic today, I want to give a chance to my coach McKenna to introduce herself.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. My name is McKenna. I was born and raised in Kenya. I live in the US and I am a proud digital business owner. And I thank God because you're here with us to hear about this amazing topic of today. So, if you've been asking yourself whether this is worth checking out, yes, it is because we're still kicking and moving. So, please join us. And if you can, yeah, stay here and listen, that will be good. And in case you have any question, please let us know. Yeah, back to you guys.
Okay, thank you so much, McKenna. And your host here is Lois, originally from Kenya, but currently living in Oregon, USA, together with my family. I'm a mother to one young adult, legal assistant by profession, and a proud digital business owner and mentor. And so today we are here again, and we are not going to get tired because what this business has done for us, we cannot stop sharing about it. And so I want us to talk today about leave the drain because we understand that 2025 drained most of us. And we do not want to carry this into our next chapter. So we said before we step into 2026, we want to take a deep breath and take a moment to really look what 2025 took from us and what it is secretly taught us, because I'm sure as much as we are saying it took from us, there's something that we learned from that, and how we walked through the year, carrying the responsibilities that we have. They may have felt heavy, they may have dreams that so far we haven't achieved, but we're still in the process of achieving them, and pressure that we never got to say it loud to anybody who was around us. But the beautiful thing is that God did not let us break in that 2025. He kept us still standing. And even when we felt drained and stretched or unseen, He was there for us. And that's why we have gotten this far. And that's why we are saying He's our Ebenezer. So, as we prepare for 2026, we don't just want to make resolutions, we want to make room for healing, room for growth, room for clarity, room for the person we are becoming that God has called us to be. And we have a few questions that I'm going to ask my coach McKenna, who is going to make us understand more in depth about this topic. I'll just give her three questions. This topic is blood, but I just want to narrow it to three questions, and I'm sure she'll be able to speak to somebody out there. And we want to tell you that you're not going to enter 2026 as the person you are right now, but you're going to enter 2026 the person you're becoming. And that's why we are looking forward to. So, Makena, to start us off, I want to ask you this question. What I know for you, there are so many things that you learned in 2025. So, there are things that 2025 taught you about your limits. So, but I want you to speak to that person for them to understand those limits that 2025 taught them about. How can they learn from your own experience? And so, my exact question is, what did 2025 teach you about your limits?
Wow, wow. Thank you, Lois. This is a wonderful question. Uh, for me, I can say I have witnessed God in my life this year in so many ways. May it be church, may it be uh, my business, may it be my family. I've made quite some step, but still there's a lot that I've learned. There's a lot that I've learned. And first and foremost is that I came to realize that limit is not an enemy, because most of the time you might be there and feel so limited, just to like, oh, I'm not able to do this, I'm 1 2 3. But still 2025 revealed to me that yes, our spirit, our body, our soul, they communicate to us in so many ways. And this also goes to maybe somebody who has been seeing us from January, from maybe 2024, and you're still there, and your body and your spirit is communicating something, but you still feel like, oh, you're so limited. I want to say that that is not an enemy. You can still pull up, because Lois, I remember how I started in January 2025, feeling down, feeling like, and especially in the business, I had pushed a lot, a lot. I've shared this with you a lot. But still, I started that year feeling like, oh my goodness, I don't think this is mine. But I kept on pushing. I pushed myself even where I was like, oh God, am I risking it? But still, God found a place. I remember when we had the convention, I had already my ticket in December. And that time came, I was like, oh, I don't need to go. I don't need to go. And I didn't have the ticket. And I got my ticket 2 weeks to the event. Yeah, when I got there, I had not even the ticket for this our team. I only had ticket for the other team, and I was like, oh my goodness. But I kept the push. I was like, yeah, I just need to do it. And again, what I've learned, Lloyd, is extortion is not a badge of honor. Yeah, it's just a signal that I have been giving uh from, yeah, from a place that I need to be refilled. So sometimes it's good to stay there. You're feeling down. Maybe you had set your goals for 2025, nothing is moving. You're feeling so tired. But when you feel tired, God is just there to refill you. So do not say like, oh no, I throw the towel. No, I don't think I'm making it. That is the time, some areas that you need God to refill you. So if you are able to stay, that really helps. And again, saying no is not selfish. Yeah, it's stewardship, that you're taking care of yourself. Like I've said, I told you, in 2025, I've blocked so many people and moved and followed many people who didn't make any sense in my life. People who I was they were becoming like a liability in my life. And all the time I had to call them. Yeah, until I call them, that is the time they can answer and give all the excuses. I thought I was giving so much, so I had to say no. Yeah, those people are draining me a lot. Yeah, and sometimes you just need to take rest. Every season doesn't require the same level of hustle. Maybe you're just there tired. Maybe you need to take rest so that you can rethink. And especially for us, year 2025, we're just there. trying to reset ourselves for 2025. What are some of the things that you need to do? Maybe you are so afraid in 2025 and you're like, yeah, you're still fighting it. Yeah, 2025 has taught me to understand that the areas that I feel limited, they are not weakness. They are not weakness. They have made me wise in so many ways, and it also my capacity has expanded in so many ways. And life, and again, Lois, life is not like a machine, yeah, where you just go and switch and you keep going. You just need uh to just slow down a little bit and focus and think about you. And again, God has taught me the best work. God does his best work when I am not trying to run on empty. I have to keep on feeling myself all the time because God does not operate on a vacuum. You have to have something. You have to hold something. So if you're there, you're feeling like you're drained, you're limited, and still there's nothing. How God work? Always, all the time, Lois, we tell people register with your name and with your email. If you have not even registered, there's nothing you're holding. God does not operate on empty. Yeah, you have to be there. You have maybe to register. You have to maybe to pay the 149 and now tell God, hey, I'm here. I'm ready. What is the way forward for me? Yeah. So those are some of the lessons that I've learned. For sure there is more, but for that person who is listening to us, don't just stay back and feel empty. God does not operate on empty. You have to take a step and just be at the right place for God to come in. Back to you, Lois.
Okay, thank you so much, McKenna. I like the nugget that you're giving us. Was as you're talking, I was remembering that we can feel bent because when we try to carry everything on our own, but we have to learn that being tired doesn't mean that we have failed. It just means that we have been faithful, but we have to realize that we cannot continue carrying on an empty. We have to need that support. And God is always there to support us. And that's why, even in this business, we say if you want to go far, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go with other. And that's why we have a business community. I know for the last 2 days I was all alone. Being on this platform alone is not easy. But today I feel more warmth because I have my coach here with me. She helped me be able to understand that is what we are saying. You don't have to be alone in this journey. Life can be very lonely. And you remember that your limits are not your downfall. It's
Mhm.
invitation that you can rise differently. And McKenna has given a story of her life, and she has said it several times here that you have to do something because God does not operate on empty. Yes. So let me give a while of for that. Otherwise, she'll penalize me for not doing that.
Oh yes, yes. Please
Okay. So, my next question to you, McKenna, if you could help our audience understand, where did you give too much and receive too little? Because along the journey, you may have given too much and received very little. I remember when you're answering your first question, I heard you say that you blocked so many people in your life and you deleted them. But I remember something that my daughter told me about the other day, that people have to learn to have, I'm not sure that I'm pronouncing this word very well. She told me, Mom, people have to learn to have symbiotic relationship, meaning a mutualism, that we have to have a relationship that we depend on one another for each other benefit, not just one way. That is the way she went ahead to expound me, that I don't have to be, she doesn't have to be a parasite, or I don't have to be a parasite on her. It's a mutual beneficial. So that's why we decided that we have to drop some people, we have to delete some people, and leave your circle only for those people really matter to you. And because I know at some point you might have felt that you gave too much but received too little. Just tell us, and just tell our audience there, that they may be giving too much. They may not see it right now, but that is the scenario. They may not be seeing it right now, but there's somewhere they are giving too much yet receiving very little. And so, and before we continue, I want to say, if you're watching us right now, please put it in the comment section and let us know where you're watching us from. And if you have any question, also put it in the comment section, and we'll answer it before we leave this. If you're able to see it before then, I'll be checking on that. So, McKenna, please take on the floor and tell us, what did you give too much and receive too little? And what do you think that person who is listening to us may be giving too much and receiving very little? I can see you smiling. Get it?
This is always very interesting. Because all my life, that person who really trusts a lot. I am hard worker, and yeah, sometimes it can be tough for those kind of people. Yeah, so in 2025, I realized there were places, people, and patterns that took more from me, yeah, than they poured back. I gave too much, and especially in spaces where my presence was appreciated, but my value wasn't honored. Yeah. As most of the people, Lois, and for us as immigrants, um, you can be there for people. Yeah. Working, but most will just tolerate it because yeah, that's what you need. But what about the value? Yeah. What about the value that you give? I showed up fully, but the energy I received did not match the energy. Yeah. I always tell people I'm getting old and my energy is going, but sometimes, Lois, you can also imagine this business. Are you there consistently? Yeah, posting and doing what you're supposed to, but sometimes you don't get the result that you need to. Yeah, conversation that were draining me instead of building me, and that's why again I say those people before I used to have a lot of friends, but these days I have limited friends. Why? Because I realized that yes, I was there for people. I gave so much for people, and yeah, nothing. It wasn't really building me. And you can also use this, Lois, maybe in the social media. You spend most of the time just there scrolling and commenting on people's posts and all that, but still there's nothing. You're gaining no value, you're gaining out of it. And that's why we always say, why don't you start something online that you can do? Instead of you scrolling up and down and liking and going to people's pages who are really getting more than you are, you can take advantage of that. Yeah. So, and that's what I used to do, screen time, 10 hours, 11 hours. But are you doing something that is variable? Yeah. Most of the time you realize you carry responsibilities that are never, yeah, yours. And you keep the peace. Yeah, you just there trying to bring people together. Hey, they are not interested. They have their own ways. Yeah, you extended your patience, your understanding, and support. Yeah, but the effort wasn't emotional. It's just people are driven by their own ambitions and desires, and you just be left there wondering, yeah, is this the Lois that I knew? Is this some so and so? Why? Because people are driven by own ways. Why don't you just do your own? do your own and build and desire in 2026. You are building yourself. Yeah. Because remember, I have said that, yeah, you can't pour from an empty cup, and God cannot even do that. And even for you, you have to start building yourself instead of building people. You can't grow in soil that drains you. You can't. There's no way. If it's not fertile, if it's not productive, just let it. You can't also thrive where you're tolerated. Oh, what's these days? With this online business they are doing. Oh, noise is never available, and people are just there. You, you just need to pack and go and leave and find a place that's swell where you can grow, because we always say we are swell. Find yourself where you can grow instead of just staying there pleasing people who are not adding any value in your life. It's very important for you to know that who you are. And that's why, Lois, I always like talking about purpose. Do know your purpose. If you don't know your purpose in this life, everybody will step on you.
Kukanyangia.
Yeah. Do what you want. We always say, Lois, even in this business, we have that global community. We have a group, but what is your life? What is your purpose? What is your goal as a business owner? That really helps you a lot. But are you able to get to where you want to be? So for 2026, whatever that has been draining you, yeah, may it be social media, friends, people are not adding value to you. Just desire to grow yourself and leave those other things. Yeah. Back to you, Lois.
Thank you so much, Makena. What you said, you cannot pour from an empty cup. So if everybody is draining you and you're left with nothing, you have to make sure you refill it. And hard, it will take a lot of time for it to be refilled if you're not receiving anything. So, and at times we give so much time, our patience, our heart, and even at times our sanity to people and responsibility that always do not pour back into us, McKenna. And
Mhm.
let me say, like for us immigrants, when we come here looking for green pastures, we work so hard, shift after shift, multiple jobs, and even forget ourselves. And and we normalize that this is self-sacrifice, and even we forget that what we need, which is not should be not be the case. We have to remember that that is there's a lot of imbalance there, because whatever you are receiving, you're just receiving a paycheck, and even at least nobody even recognizes what you're worth or even your skills. So it is the high time now we opened our eyes to places where we are celebrated, everybody celebrates us for what we give, and we are not just used for what we can pour out. Remember that. So you have to remember 2026 will be the year to protect your energy without apologizing. McKenna has said, delete them and move on. And so, what I want to tell you, you have to stop pouring into cups that never refill yours. That is what you have to learn. That you need to make sure that there is somebody refilling your cup. Because the minute you go in that social media and you're just scrolling, 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 what cup are you feeling? Nothing. It's just taking your time. It's just draining your energy. McKenna, have you ever learned that social media can really drain you? Especially if you're
Oh,
just looking at things that are so, because social media at times can be very negative and can be very draining, let me tell you. So instead of using that time, start filling your cup. And how do you start filling in your cup? By doing something that can benefit you tomorrow and your children. Plugging into this business. It's very easy. McKenna told you, just register on our website and you're going to see the rest is going to flow for you. Yes, thank you so much, Makena. Yes, and our last question is Makena, because this question has to be this go life has to end like this, because we have to understand what we are refusing and leaving back it in 2025 and not bringing it into 2026. So, Makena, my question would be to you: what is that version of you that you are leaving behind that always overwhelmed you? And I know for you, you've already made a decision what you're leaving behind, because since you started this business, there are so many things that you've left behind in the previous year or the previous month. But there is that person who is still already feeling overwhelmed by so many things, and they have just been shrinking their dreams. That person, what version are you telling them to refuse to carry into 2026? And rather, my question is will be like this: what is that? What version of you are you refusing to bring into 2026?
Wow, that is that is a great question and still personal. But I would like to talk to somebody who is out there. For me, already, I want to thrive in abundance. Yeah. Remember, we talked about scarcity and abundance mindset, and all that. I really would like to, I desire to grow more, to grow, to keep on knowing more where I need to go and what I need to do. But for somebody who is out there who has been watching us and thinking about, hey, do I really need to start or to check out on this business? I want to tell you that this is the right time for you to do that. If fear, worries, yeah, feeling that you can't, I want to tell you, you need to get to 2026 with purpose and abundant mind. Where you're saying that this is where I want to live, this is what I want to do. Last night, I was talking to somebody who has been seeing me and saying, oh, I can't wait to start. I can't wait to start. I said, what is changing? You've been saying this for months. What has changed? What has changed? Because all the time you're like, oh, I can't figure myself in there. You see, when you see the money people are posting, 50K and all that, six figures, you're like, oh, this business is amazing. I say, come in and start building your business. Stop staying there wishing. And that's the time she paid. I said, get inside, watch those videos, and then I will educate you how we make money in this business. But you can't just stay there and start wishing, yeah? And maybe, oh, I saw a friend of mine 2 years ago. Can you imagine, McKenna, if I started 2 years back where I would be?
Start now.
I said, start now. Why are you wasting time? And yeah, she really, she was able to pay. And you might be there just wondering, is this something noble for me to start? Is it where will this take you? I want to tell you that this business will take you to places. We are growing. Where I was, Lois, in December, I only had one person in December. My downline, only one person who had already even staki kuongea hapa. Yeah. But look at me. I'm growing. I'm not yet where I want to be, but I'm growing. And right now, I've learned a lot. I'm still working on my mindset, working on my life, trying to get better. Yeah. Looking at the people on top there and saying, hey, McKenna, that's where I want to be. And I want to tell you, Lois, come December 2026,
We'll
we'll
talk
be
of
in a
another
big,
story.
we'll be, do you think we'll be going for lives, still going for lives? I
We'll be
don't
going for lives, but not every day.
know. I know we'll still be here. Yeah.
We'll be
Or
not
maybe
be,
we'll be
we,
in another level and we'll have mentored other people to come and talk to you, probably.
yes, but we'll come just to tell you, just to
The
show you the clip
testimonies.
how far we have come.
Yeah, maybe they'll be seeing us through our leaders because we are raising leaders in this business. Yeah. And maybe we'll have more other time, Lois, to do other things to develop other people rather than, yeah, being here. So if you're able to take advantage of us right now, that will be good, because I don't think 2026 will be doing this. Lois will be in another level. Yeah.
Mm,
Will be in
yes,
another in December, probably the passive income by then. Yeah. So we'll be traveling, Lois. Remember, you said we'll be traveling buddies.
yes.
Yeah, so maybe we'll just be there and doing our lives in the in those countries of, yeah, we'll be somewhere else, Lois. Yeah. Speaking of different story and encouraging you in a different way, not the way we are doing it today. So if
That is
you're out there, you're afraid, you're scared, you're like, oh, what are they talking about? Come in, check out this business. Lois, if you go to our page, you've been on our page for 2 years now. It's good you're there, but why don't you take advantage and register with your name and your email? This business is just amazing. I always tell people 149 Lois does a lot for us. It has already done for us. I always say, is this our NGO? Is this business our NGO? Because the help is too much. Can you imagine paying 149? You get a mentor coach all for free. Yeah, you have that global community. You can talk to anybody. There is that freedom in that space. That is one. You are able to start your own business just through that 149, a website, instead of using 20K to build your own website. Here already you have a high ticket product that already there, the company that has been there for long. Hey, my goodness, what are you waiting for? That's why we are saying for us, we are growing. We don't want to continue here. Oh, we should have time to sleep more, Lois, in 2026, not to wake up at 6 to go for live. Yeah, that means we are growing. 2026, we are leaving all these things and we're saying, yeah, we want to get to that level. So if you're there, stop limiting yourself. Get away from people who are draining you and keeping you like not moving because they're like, oh, so negative. Move away from those people. People who are like, oh, this online business, oh, I've seen people, oh, this. Hey, get inside and learn about this business. Otherwise, you just stay there. As days go, you realize you've wasted a lot of time, a lot of time. So we just here to help you, ready to coach you, ready to mentor you so that you can get to that level that you want. This business is all about people. Yeah, back to you, Lois.
Thank you, McKenna. I like the way you've concluded for us that people have to understand. They have to leave those fears, those doubts, even as there are things we are going to drop because we are going to be different people. Because we can't step into the next level because we are stepping in the next level wearing our old levels identities. Those identities, we are leaving them here and getting into 2026 in different identities. So I know some of you are held back there by doubt, fear, skepticism, and putting everything else apart from yourself. There are holidays coming, and I know you're busy planning to buy Christmas gifts. Why don't you give yourself a very Christmas gift that you always remember and get to that level of identity in 2026? That is all what I can tell you. McKenna has talked so much, and I don't want to spoil that. I want those words that she said can continue ringing in your head so that you can know there's more life to life than survival. Stop living in survival mode. That's what you did in 2025, and start thriving. Start exploring the world. Remember, McKenna said we'll be exploring the world. So you have to start sieving, because you have to know that life is meant to be enjoyed, not to be endured. You cannot continue enduring life even in 2026. You have to change. So that is all from me. McKenna, do you have something to add before we leave?
Maybe what I can say is your time is now. Your time to check out this business is now. There's that free webinar. Just register. Go to www.lois Kiara Digital. Register with your name and with your email. Watch that webinar. At least have some information about this business. And then connect. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, McKenna. We want to wish you, our audience who are watching us right now, who will be watching us later, a blessed day, a good afternoon, and a blessed night. Until we see you again tomorrow, it's goodbye and God bless you.
God bless you.